We have a very special guest with us today. He is the author of 14 books, including Beyond Woke, Thought Criminal, and The Great Reset. He also was a candidate for the Libertarian Party nomination in 2024 and went on to found the Anti-Zionist America Political Action Committee, for short, known as AIPAC. I'm sure you've heard of them, and I'm sure you've heard of him. It's our pleasure to welcome to the show for the first time the founder of AIPAC, Michael Rectenwald. Michael, great to meet you. Thanks so much for being here.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's great to talk to you. We've heard, obviously, about AIPAC. You guys have made a quite the splash, which is great to see. So can we just start with the basics? You ran for the Libertarian nomination in 2024. And now here you are forming an anti-Zionist political action committee. Your background is fascinating. We want to delve more into that a little bit later. But can you just give us the short version of how you went from running for the Libertarian nomination to deciding to found what now is certainly the first of its kind, to my knowledge, an anti-Zionist political action committee?
Yeah, I mean, so the nomination didn't go as we thought it would, as planned, and I had won the first 5 rounds of voting, and then there was a bit of shenanigans, legerdemain behind the scenes, and I ended up losing in the 6th round after winning the first 5. So during the campaign, I became very vocal and critical of Israel and its rampages in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and in Iran and North Lebanon and elsewhere. And so, I got really sick and tired of being helpless about what was happening. And, it's very obvious that the United States is the main enabler of Israel, and without which I don't believe Israel would be able to undertake its various aggressions against its neighbors. And so I thought it's incumbent upon Americans to do something about this, to get rid of the control of our government by Zionism and Zionists. As I see it, the United States is effectively occupied by Zionists, and they're effectively controlling our government. I mean, this may have been true in the past, but with the Trump administration, the mask really came off. And we've seen just how obsequious and subservient our political class is to Israel. And something had to be done. So I thought at first of founding a party called AZAP, the Anti-Zionist America Party. But then, knowing from my experience about third parties and their chances in the United States, which are very slim because the two parties, they've been controlling the government for all these years. So they put all these hurdles in place. They've made it impossible for third party candidates effectively to come through. You can't even get on the ballot. Even RFK Jr. had trouble getting on the ballot. And then they wouldn't let him off the ballot in certain states, depending on how they thought things would go. Right. I said, there's got to be something. So it occurred to me that a PAC would be the best approach. And that way we could support whatever kind of candidates we wanted, regardless of their party. So we're nonpartisan. We're not left. We're not right. I believe this movement transcends all that, the left-right paradigm. I think the main axis that is of vital importance is the up-down axis, the vertical axis. The people versus the ruling class. And I don't mean that necessarily in a Marxist sense. I think the ruling class is the class that controls the state. And so that class is Zionist. And so, we need to wrest power away from them to get them out of our government. And that's what AIPAC was founded to do.
Yeah, I think it makes total sense. I've heard you talk about that in the past. Forming a PAC as opposed to a party allows you to sort of seize upon the momentum of already existing campaigns and just give them a boost where you can. One of those campaigns who you're boosting, one of your endorsees is our longtime friend, Jose Vega. but then you have others. So can you tell us about the slate of candidates that you're endorsing so far this cycle?
Yeah, so far we have 3 candidates we're endorsing. You mentioned Jose Vega, who's running in New York against Richie Torres, who has done nothing for his district, one of the poorest districts in the country. And yet this guy's whole allegiance is basically to Israel. He's an AIPAC darling, so that's one. And I think Jose was a no-brainer. The guy is an amazing powerhouse. I love his energy and his interventions, as the documentary just you guys put together displays the making of a revolutionary. Then we have Aaron Baker. So we wanted to target Randy Fine because I find Randy Fine to be the largest and most
literally,
the largest and most disgusting Zionist in the American government. I mean, it would be not only a political victory to knock him out, it would be a massive symbolic win. And so we're going to put everything we can as well behind that race. And we've already funded to an extent Aaron Baker, who's running against Randy Fine there in the primary.
Right.
And we plan to run
Republican,
advertisements down there. We're going to run ads against Randy Fine. They're going to make him look like the disgusting, despicable specimen of a pretended human being that you can possibly see.
That's great.
I mean,
is
and
that,
then we
is that
have
going to be the slogan? Is that the slogan there?
we might listen. Once I start writing, and like our ad that we just dropped, I wrote the script. It was my idea, but we have a great videographer who does our videos, and we're going to be using them in the future to run ads against Aaron Baker. I'm not against Aaron Baker. I'm sorry, against Randy Fine, who's not so fine at all. We're going to run ads against him. And then we have Mike Wilnow, also in Florida. He's running in an adjacent district to Randy Fine / Aaron Baker. And he's up against Daniel Webster, who has done nothing for his district at all. And so he's also a Zionist that, you can basically, assume that most of these people are Zionists in the Congress.
Right.
We decided Congress was the best insertion point to start because the stakes are high, but the cost is lower than, say, a Senate race where you got tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars pouring into these candidates. Whereas in these local races, we might be able to stun some people. And these congressional races, that's our easiest entry point into the federal government.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm assuming one of the great things about, running a PAC like this is you can sort of scale out as you grow. In other words, take on, as many endorsees as you can afford to in the moment. So on that note, I do want to put the link up here, AIPAC.com. Make sure to put the hyphen there to get there if you would like to donate or get involved, those in the audience. Now, that is the website, AIPAC.com. Are you hoping to endorse more candidates as the campaign season goes on?
Oh yeah, we're looking at other candidates. We're getting dozens and dozens of people requesting our support, which is a very good sign because after all, we are explicitly anti-Zionist. So many candidates, they know now that is not at all a kiss of death. In fact, it's AIPAC money that's going to be the kiss of death. And that's a very huge shift in American politics. And so we're going to avoid that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do you think has the Mamdani victory helped you to make that case? Like if an anti-Zionist could make it there, they can make it anywhere.
To quote Frank, yes. We thought we thought the Mamdani case was particularly representative of the mood of the American populace, in particular its urban centers. But in New York, that's a very big move. I mean, that's a major shift because you have a lot of Jewish people in New York.
Right.
And nevertheless, he won. He won by a big margin. Now, we don't care about we don't really support all of his policies or anything like that. We didn't back him as such. But it's basically a referendum on Zionism that he won, I think.
Exactly. That's why I think a lot of these districts, like somebody asked, and do you have any polling on this? How vulnerable is Randy Fine? Like, it's hard to imagine anybody wants to vote for this guy, but
yeah, I mean,
we're obviously not the target demo.
Exactly. He was shoehorned in there, and we think we can knock him out. Now, we don't have recent polling, but, you know, Aaron Baker's on the register. He's registering at 10 or so percent at this point, but we can flip this because there's going to be some serious discovery about Randy Fine that we're going to put out there.
Well, Fine just really rode the Trump endorsement. Fine was elected in the special election because I believe that was Mike Waltz's seat. So when Mike Waltz was named whatever he was, I forget because he's not in there anymore, that seat was open. And Randy Fine's margin of victory was about half as wide as Mike Waltz's was, which suggests he's very unpopular. And Randy Fine is usually not described as half as wide as anything. But his margin of victory was slimmer than he is, we'll say. Which shows, I mean, look, obviously there's just a lot. I mean, morale could not be low. We're going to do a story later on in the stream today about how a lot of Republicans are talking about resigning early following Marjorie Taylor Greene's footsteps to avoid embarrassing defeats. Like, morale upon the rank and file Republican base is so low, it creates an opening for an outside force of sorts. And by outside, I mean outside the Republican Party base, to come in and gin up enthusiasm on behalf of some other cause to potentially disturb the system. So I think that's a great endorsement. I think obviously you have a shot in all of these races. It's funny. I'm sure the thought has occurred to so many people. Hey, if there's an AIPAC that's so dominant, why isn't there an anti-AIPAC? Like, why isn't there a pro-Palestine version of AIPAC? Yet you're the first guy who came along and really did it on this scale. Why do you think that is? And a related question: what home security system do you use? Do you want to sponsor that? Maybe we can get a sponsorship with it. Yeah.
Well, I'm not disclosing my location. Let's leave it
I know,
at
I'm
that.
joking.
And I'm not suicidal as well. I'm not suicidal.
Okay, that's not a joke. That we're not joking about.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have any child porn on my computer.
Not a joke either.
Bring it, yeah. So this is the thing.
And that is on the record, folks.
Yes.
I think there's been a great deal of fear surrounding the power of Zionism in our country, and people are deathly afraid of going up against it. Or have been in the past. But the last 2 years have really shifted perception dramatically. Whereas many people probably had either a neutral or semi-supportive stance of Israel or didn't really think about it much, with the live stream genocide and the ongoing horrors that they have undertaken, it's shifted the public opinion dramatically, as all the polling shows. And especially amongst people 18 to 50, in that range, we see 8% of voters in that area on the right. 8% of Republicans 18 to 50 see the onslaught in Gaza as a genocide. That's a big deal.
Yep.
Of course, it is a genocide, as dozens and dozens of human rights, humanitarian, and other organizations have declared, plus numerous scholars, including 4 Israeli scholars of genocide. So, I mean, there's no question about it. We still hear this nonsense online. It's not a genocide. This is all made up, Well, I think that I would go with the opinion of scholars and experts and humanitarian organizations and the, overwhelming plurality of people involved in genocide studies over basically random detractors and Ziobots on the internet.
All right. Well, once again, it's AIPAC.com. Please do.
Yeah, let me explain the hyphen if I can, because we wanted AIPAC.com or AIPAC.org or both, but they were $50,000. So at this juncture, it wasn't a good expenditure.
That's probably because it sounds like maybe Pfizer bought AIPAC.com. It does kind of sound like a nicotine patch, when you say it as a one word. It sounds like a medication. So
That's the one
some
I
pharma
used
company
when I
may have
quit.
bought out
Yeah.
AIPAC as one word, but there it
Yeah,
is if you want to get involved.
Yeah, we heard a little noise about the idea that AIPAC sounded like a pharmaceutical, like the Ozempic or something. But after its use for us,
Randy Fine could use both.
Yes,
Maybe
that's
you can get them to donate, trick them.
Yeah, trick them.
Get them to donate. Tell them it's a weight loss drug. It is a weight loss drug if you consider.
So we
the
want to
weight
build
we'll
an
lose once a
AIPAC
month.
headquarters in your district. I think it would be great.
It's definitely a weight
plant.
loss drug where he's concerned. If we get rid of him, the weight total in the tonnage in human bodily weight will go
Congress,
down.
yeah.
Yeah. The Capitol building, it's an old building. You got to make sure you're up to code with the infrastructure
It's
there.
an old building.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Please clap.